Hi, I'm Farmhand Jonathan. All our guests have left for the day, and now it's time to shut down the nursery. Why don't you come with me? Years ago, I had the rare opportunity to spend some time on an Amish farm in Indiana. This is clearly not an Amish farm, but the Amish farm that I went to was magical. Early one morning, I observed 3 men shoveling out a horse barn. I asked my friend Leroy how these guys could be so happy, energetic, and positive about shoveling manure at 6 a.m. Are they getting paid double overtime or something? He laughed and told me, in essence, that the Amish are raised to view no job as more prestigious than another job. Whether you're running a sawmill or cleaning stalls, you give it your all, and you're only looked down on in society if you're not putting in the best effort you can do. Your job may not seem glamorous, but if you bloom where you're planted, you'll grow into a space that's better. Growing plants is a lot like a slow, graceful dance. It's a waltz involving the gardener and Mother Nature. As I'm out here working with the flowers, from time to time people will ask me, don't you just really love your job? And I really do. I sometimes forget I do when I'm dragging the hose around in the middle of the hot summer, frantically trying to keep the plants alive. But I love being this close to nature every day. I love walking into the greenhouse and feeling the plants alive. I love the excitement of seeing the seeds sprout and watching them get a little bigger every morning. When arranging a large flower pot, there are 3 floral elements you need to be aware of. There's thrillers, fillers, and spillers. Thrillers are your centerpiece that draw most of the wow attention, usually by standing out taller than the rest of the plants. The fillers are spreading plants that cover the dirt and fill in the space, and the spillers will trail and vine over the sides. In this case, the thriller is the grass spike, the fillers are the white superbells, and the spillers are the blood orange sensations, which could eventually trail all the way to the ground. We have migrant farm workers working at the nursery from time to time. In order to communicate better, I've been trying to learn Spanish. I'm still not that good at it. This morning when I was reviewing my Spanish, I was going over the days of the week. Monday is lunes. That's easy to remember because it sounds similar to luna, which means moon. You can associate it by changing Monday to sound like moon day. Oh, wait a minute. If there's a Sunday, maybe there is a moon day. So I looked it up, and sure enough, Sunday and Monday actually are named after the sun and the moon. Can't believe I never made that connection before. The rest of the days of the week are named after Norse gods. Tuesday was Tirsa's Day. Wednesday is Odin's Day, because in the Norse dialect, people would pronounce it Woden's Day. Thursday was Thor's Day. Friday was Frigg's Day. And Saturday, of course, is Saturn's Day. The ancient Greeks believed the earth itself was alive and had its own spirit. Her name was Gaia. She is consciously aware of all that we do here on this planet. She is aware of all organisms and their inorganic surroundings on Earth. She helps regulate the complex, interconnected system, maintaining the conditions for life on this planet. Koi are pretty amazing. People used to have this idea that fish don't feel pain, or they don't feel it like we do. Scientists have disproven this theory. Koi are also very intelligent. They can remember an obstacle course a month later. They can communicate with each other. They talk to each other in low-frequency squeaks that humans can only hear through super-sensitive microphones. They can also communicate with a certain form of body language. My work growing these plants is the ultimate metaphor for happiness. Happiness kept to yourself is the seed. Happiness shared is the flower. On a beautiful spring day like this, people are itching to get their plants in the ground, but we always forget about the epic snowstorm that happens every April. In our climate zone 5 and 6, we recommend waiting to plant until after Mother's Day, or when the threat of frost has passed. In the South, they call these short periods of cold weather in the spring a dogwood winter, because it usually happens when the dogwood trees start to blossom. In other regions, it's variously called blackberry winter, locust winter, or redbud winter. We don't really have a term for it in Utah, although my mother favors sprinter, a mix of spring and winter. Many gardeners are also artists. Claude Monet is known about as well for Monet's garden as he is for his wonderful paintings. He once said that when he planted his water lilies, he never even thought of painting them. He just planted them for the pure joy of it. But when they bloomed, he was inspired to paint them, and they became one of his most successful subjects. He also said that unlike other plants, water lilies need to be in water all the time or they'll die. He said that was like his relationship with art. He needs to be immersed in art all the time. I know the feeling. On days the farm gets too busy and I don't have time to draw, I get thirsty for art. But more and more lately, I'm trying to work to sculpt my life itself into a work of art. Farm life is not easy. It can be extremely demanding physically and mentally. There are days when I get home from work and I just can't even move. Life's like that for a lot of people. But at times like that, it's important to take the time to pull the weeds that are choking flowers in your life. That's really the basis of why I left corporate America and came to the farm in the first place. You gotta do whatever it takes to get yourself in that happy place. Because your own happiness is the best gift that you can give to the world. Early on, our herbs expert shared with me the importance of being mindful while watering the plants. Watering mindfully means being present, conscious, or aware of just the plants that you're watering right then in that moment. If you go too slow, you overthink it. If you go too fast, you overlook it. There's a word in Navajo, hozo, that sort of means the consideration of the balance of nature and the harmony of beauty. It's difficult to translate into English. Usually you can quickly spray a section of plants and be done, but sometimes if the soil has gotten extremely dry, you need to be aware of that and slow down to give that plant the extra care and attention it needs to let the water sink in. If your mind is distracted by other thoughts, just acknowledge them and let them swim away like a little fish.